Hi, I'm Adrin Himelheber. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada at beautiful Red Rock Country Club. And today I have a quick backhand volley tip for you that's going to help you improve that backhand volley. The first tip that I want to share is that when we choke up on the racket on the backhand volley, we gain a little more control. So for my students that are struggling with the backhand volley, I always have them choke up on the racket to feel the ball a little bit more. Now, usually the problem that I see with the backhand volley is either they have two hands and they swing and they hit it like a backhand ground stroke, two-handed backhand ground stroke, or there's big synchronization issues with the hands and the feet or the shoulders and the hands, meaning that they move their hands really fast and they swing and they don't use their body enough or use their legs enough. So what we want to try to do is use the legs a little bit more and use the shoulders a little bit more on this swing. So the first tip, choking up on the racket. Second tip, let's figure out a way to use the body a little better. Let's figure out a way to synchronize our body and get everything kind of working together. So what I like to do with my players is I have them put their hand behind their back. Now we're working on a unit turn. So we're working on a unit turn here, and the shoulders are moving and the hands really aren't moving. We don't want our hands to do all the work. We want our shoulders to get us in position. So we want to make sure that we rotate and we get a good unit turn. So in that second tip, and I gave you a tip like this on the forehand volley, so check out those other videos if you got time. But what we want to do is we want to line up the bottom of the racket and we want to pretend there's a string connected to the bottom of the racket to our right foot. Now, I'm right-handed. So if you're lefty, it would be bottom of the racket with the left foot. So I'm choking up. The bottom of the racket is connected with the right foot. Now, I have my hand behind my back, and we're working this connection, okay? This synchronization on the volley. Notice that I'm not breaking the plane. I'm really far back, and now my arms are just moving. But these are working together, and I'm almost pretending, or I'm trying to feel that connection between the foot and the bottom of the racket. These two work together. The third part of that tip would be the contact point or the extension. Once I make contact, I know you've probably heard this before, try to synchronize the step with the hit. At a higher level, it does change. Sometimes you have players that get there a little late or a little early, so that's fine. But for fundamental sake, we want to make sure that we're working on our timing and those two match up. So the third tip would be extension and contact point. And what I want to do is extend the elbow. So I want to keep extending the elbow and not dropping the arm or dropping the elbow. That's a big problem. So they either pull back and then they overswing and they drop the racket, okay? Or they don't pull back and then the elbow collapses and they're down by their knees. What we want to do, and I always try to tell my players, keep the bottom of the racket, okay, above the hips or above the belly button. So when we're making contact, we're above that plane and we're not collapsing. The final tip, and this is someone that I've studied for so long, but it's Rafa Nadal and also Roger Federer. They hit a lot of their volleys at eye level. You're not going to see them breaking that plane with their eyes. So their eyes are always following the ball. Now, sometimes they have the smash, backhand smash. They're not going to be able to get their eyes that high. Sometimes they have to hit things at their feet and hit half volleys. But for the most part, they're doing the work to make sure that their eyes are matched up. Now notice, I'm not bending at the waist. I'm bending my knees. So if you have poor knee flexion or poor stability with your legs, get those legs stronger and do the work to hit a better volley. So to recap, the first tip, choking up on the racket. The second tip, incorporating more synchronization. So I'm putting my hand behind my back. I'm connecting the bottom of the racket with my right foot. And these two become a unit turn. So I'm working this. I don't recommend you always moving the foot, but you can rotate. Now, when you make contact on the third tip, extend the elbow and don't drop the racket. Like I mentioned, keep that racket, the bottom of the racket above the belly button. And that's when I'm stepping and hitting and I'm working my timing. So I have the unit turn now and I'm working my timing. The fourth one is make sure you follow the ball with your eyes. Use your legs to change your plane. If you enjoyed today's free lesson, please make sure that your notifications are turned on. I have a free gift for you that I want to share with you. I've worked with some of the best players and coaches in Spain, and they have a system that works. They've developed players from all skill levels. I want to share that free gift with you, so please click on the link below or somewhere on this page. Make sure your notifications are turned on, and I look forward to seeing you on the court very soon.